Welcome back, everyone. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I'm back out on the farm, and it's another beautiful day. The farmers are out feeding as I walk around looking for pigeon to eliminate from the farm. And this is my first shot of the day. These guys come in at about 30 yards. I take one. He flies off to the left and goes into the pen and expires. Here is that shot in the scope cam. It's an interesting shot. I shoot, hoping to get a 2-for-1. But watch here in slow motion. The pigeon centered in the crosshairs turns to my left, while this guy up front comes to the right, and the pellet goes right in front of him, striking the bird behind them. And here he is, done. I apologize for the hazy scene, but I'm prone here, shooting into the sun. I spot this guy sitting on the lower rail at about 30 yards, and I take him. I lost him initially as you saw him walk off to the left, but here is that shot through the scope cam. As you see here, I lose him, but it takes me a second to spot him, and there he is, badly injured. So I'm eyeballing this guy to see if I need a follow-up shot or not. But by the time I reload, he expires. Right there. He's done. And here he is. Done. And here, I'm prone once again, 40 yards. I'm waiting for some of these guys to step out away from the cows to give me a good clearing so that I can take a shot. I eventually get that opportunity. And here it is. This guy dances around a bit, but I know it's a good solid shot, so I just wait patiently for him to expire. He's done. And here is that shot in the scope cam. As you see, this guy flips over on his back. Can't get back over to his feet. So I know it's a good shot. He's done. And here is that guy, belly up, done. You can see the blood spatter to the right. Once again, I'm prone, 25 yards, and these guys are coming in hot. And I'm thinking, easy shot. But I blow it. I pull it. Here's that shot in the scope cam. This guy is huge. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be easy. And I blew it. Here's that shot in slow motion. Watch as the pellet goes right by this guy's head to the left of his head, or neck area, I should say. Here's the shot. I wait for him to pause, and I take the shot. I freeze the pellet right there. Look at that pellet right to the left of this guy's neck, and he takes flight. Oh well. I'm sure I'll see him again. I spot these guys out at about 45 yards. I choose a target and I take it. However, this guy flies off after taking a good hit. I try to follow him to see if he goes down, but I lost him in the flock of the other pigeons. But here's that shot in the scope cam. I do get a good hit on this guy. I try to track him, but I lost him. So I took a little walk around to the adjacent pen, and there he is. He's down, and he's done. While I was there, I spot this guy walking off. It looked like he was having some wing issues. He has a feather that's kind of ruffled a little bit. So, needless to say, I take this guy, and there was nothing wrong with this guy's wing. As you saw, he took flight, but he doesn't go far. He tumbles down, and he expires. Done. Here's that shot in the scope cam. I catch this guy on the walk. And there he is, down and done. While walking down one of the roads, I spot this guy just ahead of me at about 40 yards. So I set up and I take this guy. And he's done. Here's that shot in the scope cam. Here we are. Another one, down and done. Again, I am prone, 56 yards this time. I wait this guy out, and I get a pretty good shot on him. The shot goes right above his head into his back. He flies off, but I do locate him. Let's take a look at that shot in the scope cam. The pellet passes right over his head and into his back, but he takes flight. Here he is, on the road, in the direction that he flew. Done. You can see where the pellet went into his back. Again, prone, 46 yards. I spot a pigeon that I want to take, so I line up and I take this guy. And it took me a minute to figure out what happened. I thought I hit the wrong pigeon, but I didn't. I had to look at the video to see that this guy actually flew underneath the flock that took off over the top of him. So here we are in the scope cam. This is the choice of pigeon. I take this guy. He goes across underneath, and here he is, laying just to the right. I'm watching this guy through my scope, and I can see his eyes. So I reload, and I put a follow-up shot in this guy. And here I speed up the scene as I'm reloading here. So here is that follow-up shot. It looked like he's done, but he wasn't, as you can see. But he's done now. So I walk over to retrieve this guy as well as the others. I pick him up and I take a look at him. And his feet are very badly damaged. Looks like a case of the pigeon pox. So after retrieving that guy, I see these pigeons in the pen. I choose a target at 45 yards and I take him. And I believe he's done. Here is that shot in the scope cam. and he is done. Following that shot, these guys come right back into the same pen and land again, but this time they're at 50 yards. So again, I choose another target. I wait for this guy to settle down. He's trying to mate with this female, but this will be his last opportunity. And he doesn't make it. There's the shot, and he's done. Here is that shot in the scope cam. I watch this guy, and I give him time to settle down as he's moving just a little bit too much, and he stops right there just a little bit too long, and he's down and done. And that, my friends, was the last shot of the day. I take a look at this pen, and I have 3 pigeons down. There's 1, there's 2, 1 dead center, and then there's the one that I just shot, the black guy in the distance there. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.